Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Disqualified. I am Trevin, joined as always by Caleb.
Hola.
And Zach, as always, is behind the camera.
Hello.
And we are here to talk about Smackdown, but first, we got some bad news.
Bad news. All right, let's get the good news out the way. There is one re-signing that we have not talked about. Kevin Owens has re-signed a 5-year deal with WWE. And now all the bad news.
Yes, there have been 10 releasing / contract expirings.
Yeah, so 7 pairs. Authors of Pain and Paul Ellering are gone. Blair Davenport is gone. The Good Brothers are gone, a.k.a. The OC, The Club, part of Balor Club, Sonya Deville, Cedric Alexander, Giovanni Vinci, and lastly, as of right now, Isla Dawn.
Yep.
So, those are your releases.
Cedric Alexander is a contract expiring. There has been no news.
So is Sonya, as of right
there
now.
have been no news about those two being re-signed. Sonya is a part of PFC, so it's a potential. Cedric, however, is looking like he's not going to re-sign. There has been a rumor mill going around about him joining AEW to join the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, he is most likely joining the Hurt Syndicate. It is a layup for them. They wanted him in the group originally in WWE, and they got it somewhat, and then they didn't really capitalize on it. The Good Brothers, I kind of saw this coming when they got moved to NXT. And it's the same with the Authors of Pain, so I'll just lump these two together. If you only have one storyline in thought for people, don't hire them. Because it makes no sense. So initially, the Authors of Pain were brought in for one program and one program only, and that was the Wyatt Six. Since that happened, they haven't been seen on TV. Cross has been apart from them. There's been no mention of them on TV, so they are gone. With the likes of Blair Davenport, and I'll lump her together with people like Cameron Grimes and Dijak. In terms of, you call these people up, you give them 2 to 3 matches, and then you decide, we don't like you anymore. Which is a shame, because Blair Davenport, known as Brie Priestley, I believe, on the Indies, she is going to do great. I think if anyone, we were talking about it in the car, is going to TNA.
Yes.
It is her. I could also see her going to AEW and bolstering that women's division. I think it would be great for her. And then Vinci, doing such great shit with Imperium. And then you move him, have him lose 2 matches, and that's it. Makes no sense.
Yes. A lot of these names people are saying could be moving to TNA post-partnership, because that is a huge deal. And also, since the partnership, TNA has been skyrocketing in views, in talent, and in storylines. So,
and then unfortunately, with people like Isla Dawn, who did get a good chance on the roster, was able to get the crowd reactions, was good in the ring,
was able to hold a championship.
Like, just out of nowhere, you cut her, and there's no information on Alba Fire, and I don't want her to be released, but at this point, you're releasing people from tag teams in your women's tag team division that could have benefited it, and now we're just gutting them.
Yes. Also, the men's tag division too, 50% of these releases deal with the tag division, and people have been complaining. This has been, some people are even saying, F-tier booking for all 3 main roster tag divisions.
Yeah. It is
since last WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's insane. It sucks that anyone gets released, because these people are losing their jobs. They have a 90-day no compete clause, in most of their cases, so they can't even work for 3 months. It sucks. A lot of these people, they're going to land on their feet. Cedric Alexander, Blair Davenport, they're going to land on their feet.
Yeah.
The OC or the Good Brothers are probably going to go back to Japan and do good stuff there. Or they might slip into TNA. Isla Dawn is the one that I'm like, I don't know where she's going to land, but she's going to land on her feet.
Yes.
I think the only person that would maybe taking a big step back is Sonya Deville.
Yes, because she's
had personal issues within WWE before with someone stalking her.
Yes.
So maybe just some time out the limelight, but
yeah, it's so weird when I heard Sonya's name on this list because she had Rumble spots. Like it looked like PFC was developing storylines, and all of a sudden the person who formed PFC gets the boot. Like I get they weren't getting any crowd reactions really, but
and so what does this mean for PFC? I mean, it's a shocking phrase coming from my mouth.
yes,
because I don't care about the group. But what happens? What happens to Zoe? Is she sticking around, or is she getting cut? Is Shayna getting cut, or are these two just going to go their separate ways? Join the mid-card division? Are they going to continue to work as a team? Because a collective doesn't really work as well when it's just two people.
Yeah.
It's just very weird. And coming into Mania,
Yeah.
highlighting people like, I mean, this is going to sound bad because I liked her as a kid, but like Nikki Bella, I am sorry. The longest she is sticking around is like a year at best.
Yeah. And sadly, from what I've heard on the internet, that this is what happens every year post Rumble.
It happens every year. You start getting people getting cut. It also happens after Mania, post Mania cuts. It really, really sucks. Just like we were discussing, because all these people, no matter how you may feel, they are someone's favorite wrestler.
Yes.
They are someone's favorite. Yes. And we were discussing it. Yes. And in the 2K game for trailers, they put Blair Davenport in marketing. She's in the game. There's footage of her in the game. So, in the broadest sense of the term, this is false marketing if she is not even in the game.
Yeah.
But that's something away from it. But
yeah,
it's just,
but you brought it up earlier. Even looking outside them being performers and trying to appease to fans, these are also just people trying to make a livelihood too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
it really sucks.
Yeah,
I like to think of the people right now that are just there,
yes,
roaring about, is it my turn?
Yes, because you mentioned earlier Alba Fire, because Blair Davenport was looking to be slated as a third member of Unholy Union.
They literally reported late last year that she was in line for a singles push in 2025.
Yes. And
I did not think that meant push out the door.
Yeah, and Alba Fire's tag partner Isla Dawn just got released. Alba Fire's probably shaking in her boots, and we mentioned the tag division, but also you introduced 2 women's mid-card titles, and 2 of the stars you released in Isla Dawn and Blair Davenport were names that were on the top of people's list to be contenders. The U.S. title picture has 4 names, and you saw them all on TV in the episode we're about to talk about after this rant.
Yeah, it's bad. And then there's also superstars like Trish Stratus, who is a Hall of Famer. But if she was only coming back for that Rumble spot, like, it's not even rumored that she's returning, like, full-time. She could go on another run, but if she does, where do you slot her? Do you slot her in the mid-card? Because I'm pretty sure she wouldn't want to be in the mid-card. She is fucking Trish Stratus. She's a Hall of Famer. She probably wants to be in that mix-up at the top. And then you have people coming in like Jordan Grace. You have people coming up to the main roster. It got announced next week Roxanne is chamber qualifying, which also sucks because that means there's no last chance matches So EO is fucking screwed out of Mania, pretty much. Like, think of that. They missed an open layup. Fast break, they off the rim, off the front of the rim. Not even bouncing off the backboard. That's how badly they fucked this up if there's no second chance.
No, yeah.
Like, oh, it is really bad. Like, when coming into Mania, we are 70 days away, and I am not excited in the least for Mania. This is just another show for me right now.
Because all these storylines you have hyped up are all of a sudden getting lost in the wind.
Lost in the fucking shuffle. So, that was our little bad news section. How long was that? Because you can see 11 minutes.
Yeah.
But hey, we are here to talk about Smackdown. So
Yeah.
let's switch gears into what was kind of equally a disappointing night in terms of my enjoyment, at least.
A lot. I mean, to be fair, a lot of cool stuff happened on this episode, but in terms of moving Mania season along, none of that really.
Yeah, so let's just get into it to start the show. Once again, Royal Rumble hype package. Hey, this happened. These are the big moments. This is who won. And speaking of winners, just like Monday Night Raw, to, pot calling the kettle black, because I sound like a broken record every week, talking about how Jay cuts the same promo. Jay cuts the same promo!
Yeah.
He comes out through the crowd. He does the yeet dance. I have made a habit of, counting how long it takes. This was about 5-6 minutes. And then, of course, just like Monday, we get the encore, encore, encore. He does it again for like one time. And then he gets to talking. He says, hey, I've done all my celebrating. Now it's time for business.
Cody.
I'm here to talk with Cody Rhodes. Cody comes out. And Cody basically tells us, hey, I have a bunch of injuries. I have a hip that's out of place. My shoulder's messed up.
The ladder match took him out.
He said, but, my doctor, he's a good guy, but he's not WWE champion. So, so we get this discussion being like, hey, I want to, it would be cool to face you.
Yeah.
But also, I got business with Gunther. So there's that.
Yeah. And I'll spoil it a little bit. By the end of the night, none of the Rumble winners have decided.
Yeah.
Let's
waste another week of TV time.
Yes. I believe it is confirmed though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jay, why doesn't Oba Femi interest you? Charlotte went to NXT. Why is the men's division forgetting that NXT is a fucking place to go? What? You make it seem so important for the women's division because historically the women's division has only had, fucking world titles to fight for. You have a whole ass, let me just say it, I am calling him a future Hall of Famer and Obafemi on your fucking hands. And you don't want to have him mix it up with Jay? Get more eyes on that product? But then again, you don't want Oba to lose right away. You don't want Jay to lose. But, geez, why are we forgetting? Because he's like, I went to Raw, I talked to Gunther, and now I'm here to talk to Cody. Charlotte appeared on all 3 shows. That's all I'm saying. Saying.
Yeah, but I think the storyline is, and why they're slow rolling us a little bit is Jay going to go after the personal beef with Gunther, or is he going to have a friendly bout with Cody? But
that is looking shady once we get to the end of the night.
Yes, but But another little thing in this little promo segment we're going to talk about, the new Bloodline attacks them.
They're moving away from the Bloodline title. You got to remember that. So, right now, unnamed group. But,
unnamed group consisting of Jacob Fatu and...
the Tongans.
Yeah. Well, one of the Tongans.
Tama is going to be back.
Yeah.
He's going to be a part of the group. He's just injured right now.
Tonga Loa right now is the only one present.
The Angry Samoans.
Yeah. No, Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
Tonga Loa is the one that's out.
The new group name.
Yeah.
But Jacob comes out and he pretty much says, hey, look, you're not going to be the one to bring that title back to the family. I am. And Jay, not even thinking of answering, just kicks Tama Tonga.
Yep.
Super kick! As Trevin says whenever he does a super kick in 2K.
Yeah.
Super kick. And then a brawl ensues.
Yep.
And then...
it's made
official, your main event of the evening.
Yep.
Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu versus Jey Uso and your WWE champion, Cody Rhodes.
Yep. Both former tag champs. Both sides.
And speaking of Jacob, let's just get this out the way because it was a small little thing.
Yes. It was announced.
Qualifier match next week for the Elimination Chamber is Damian Priest, Braun Strowman, and Jacob Fatu.
We're getting this for free?
Jacob Fatu is going to the fucking chamber. If they put any one of those other two, there's going to be riots online.
But we're getting this triple threat for free?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a ring break moment. If this main event's the night, it's a ring break moment. Jacob going on to the chamber with Cena, Punk.
And the winner of a match we'll talk about later.
Yeah, oh my God, that would be fucking phenomenal.
Yes. But speaking of chamber qualifiers, our first match of the night is a women's qualifier match.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yes. It is between Piper Niven and Bianca Belair.
We all know where this is going. Bianca picks up the win after doing a very impressive KOD.
Yes. Literally from turnbuckle, walk to center of the ring with Piper on her shoulders. KOD.
Yeah, great match. These two really know how to work together in the ring. They have great chemistry. Bianca, of course, is just a fucking freaking nature. There's no stopping her.
Yes. And it is announced later in the show that
their tag team partners next week will be going one-on-one in qualifying matches. Chelsea Green, your Women's United States Champion, versus one half of your Women's Tag Team Champions, Naomi. I think we see Naomi go to the chamber as well.
That'd be interesting, yeah.
Because it seems like they're setting up Chelsea for a U.S. title defense at Chamber.
Yes.
Which I would be happy for because, hey, look, they're finally getting booked on fucking on PLEs.
On PLEs, yeah.
I was going to say pay-per-views, but no one pays per view anymore.
No. Because of streaming services.
Streaming services! Yay! Robbing us of our money!
Yeah. But,
Is this the men's qualifier that we switch to next?
I believe going back to...
Or is this Carmelo talking to Nick Aldis?
This is Carmelo talking to Nick Aldis.
Okay, also, in other news, Caden Carter and Katana Chance have been transferred over to SmackDown as well.
KC squared.
Yep. And in that segment, we see Carmelo Hayes interrupt them. What a devilish little heel he is. And he's like, hey, look, I need to talk to you. Nick Aldis is like, look, you have a match against someone on Raw. And it's none other than Akira Tozawa. And you guys did not watch with me. I was literally hyped. I was like, if they fucking unleash Akira Tozawa, it's going to be a good match. I don't think you guys realize how good Akira Tozawa is.
He is amazing in the
fucking ring.
He's really good when he's not getting his face kicked.
Yeah.
But the way Nick Aldis worded the challenge too, because Carmelo Hayes initially came in talking about, hey, can I get an Elimination Chamber qualifier match? And the way Nick Aldis worded why he made this match is it sounded like the winner of this match was getting slotted in a chamber qualifier.
Yeah, but it was just a bait and switch. It was just a normal one-on-one match. We'll cut to that match because we were just talking about the segment. Carmelo versus Akira Tozawa. Boy, it fucking cooked.
It did.
It fucking cooked. Akira Tozawa showing why he deserves to at least go on one more singles run, in my opinion, before he just sticks to the tag team.
Yes, despite this being an S tier match, some people are still dubbing it the Battle of the Jobbers.
It pretty much was. Akira always gets jobbed out. They made it a point on commentary that whenever someone has anger to get out, they just take it out on Akira. And Carmelo Hayes, resident jobber to the stars right now, picking up his first win, spoilers, since November 2024 on TV. Like I said, it was a great match, ending with nothing but net by Mello to Akira Tozawa. You had moments like Akira Tozawa doing a fucking suicide dive. You had him... I think he had his senton at one point.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Akira Tozawa is just so good. Give him one more chance. Fucking transfer him to NXT.
Unleash him on the masses.
Literally. I don't care if it's like a 3 feud streak that he wins. I just want to see him go on a little bit of a tear before he sticks to this stupid fucking tag team with him and Otis. I hate that tag team. I can't lie. I fucking hate it. It's entertaining,
yes,
but I can't.
I feel like you don't like pure comedy duos. You want them to pose a threat.
Yeah, we'll get into that with a match that happened later on. I think it actually happened after this.
Yes.
It was DIY coming out to cut a promo, and they get interrupted by Pretty Deadly. And let me just say, Pretty Deadly has earned some fanfare from me. They did this one fucking move. Also, it was impromptu, so DIY was fighting in street clothes. It was impromptu. So they had this one move where Elton Prince is in the corner, hunched over, and Kit jumps on his back, and Elton pushes him off. Kit springs forward into a fucking code breaker. That was fucking amazing. Do more of that shit, Pretty Deadly, and I'll fucking love you. I was not aware with your game. I apologize. That is completely on me.
But this match was made by Nick Aldis being like, if Pretty Deadly wins, they become number 1 contenders. If DIY wins, they can pick their next contender.
And we all knew what was going to happen once we saw it was an impromptu match, DIY in street clothes. It was pretty obvious to see Pretty Deadly was winning, but the fucking performance these two men put on, you just earned yourselves another fan. That's all it takes. If you can prove to me in the ring that you can actually be a credible threat, I can take your comedy seriously. Let's look at Johnny Gargano in NXT. When he was a heel, he was more of a comedic heel, but he could handle himself in the ring.
Yes.
Granted, he did lose a lot of those feuds, but he could still go.
Yes, there's a reason he is dubbed Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah, it's not that I just inherently hate comedy in wrestling. It's just, it needs to be done well, in my opinion. And that well is, these are professional athletes, and in kayfabe, in their world, they're all fighting for real. Why would I care about a comedy gimmick that constantly loses? Sure, they're underdogs. I've loved them in the past. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I was a kid. I loved it then. Now as an adult, I like the silly stuff, but I like you to hold your own.
Yes. I want you to be able to back up your talk.
Which Pretty Deadly did fucking phenomenally. So they're moving on. I think they might have their tag title match on a Smackdown. Yes. I don't think this is getting a PLE match, but hey, good to the boys. What is it? Yes, boys!
Yes, boys! Yeah, I personally am a fan of comedy gimmicks, but I agree. But I just like it's the same psychological effect of like why people tell jokes during a funeral speech. It's like I like a little brevity in situations. Like if wrestling was all about get to the fight scenes, basically,
It would suck.
It would suck. These type of duos, such as Alpha Academy and Pretty Deadly, add that brevity. Heck, I have even been caught calling Kevin Owens the Deadpool of WWE because of the gimmick he has. He breaks the fourth wall. He breaks kayfabe in promos, and he is able to back it up in the ring.
And I'm sorry, this might be biased. The only person that can get away with comedy without winning a bunch of matches is R-Truth.
Yes.
He's the only fucking person. Because he has shown the ability to break anybody in the fucking ring. He can break anyone in any promo. He can make anyone laugh. Speaking of R-Truth, let's just get to him because this is following, or sort of following, the Akira Carmelo match. Akira is beaten up. He is limping. R-Truth is holding him. And he's like, you know what? You got it. You just can't give up. Like my childhood hero John Cena says, never give up.
Jay!
Drops him. Drops Akira. Akira's out on the ground. Asia Wilson, the ref, was like, what the fuck? She goes to help Akira, and Jay's like, what up, Truth? And he's like, you know what? I always seen you as royalty, and now you're king of the ring.
Royal Rumble winner.
Yeah, R-Truth is the best comedy gimmick because he just no-sells everything. Everything is different. Smackdown is on a fucking Monday. Royal Rumble is king of the ring.
Yeah, but then Jay's like, hey, I think your man's down. And he's like, oh man, he yeeted himself.
Yeah, he yeeted on himself. And he walks away, and I don't know how Jay kept a straight face. I would.
I think it's because Jay has taken some turns being the guy trying to make people break.
Oh no, he's been the person that's gotten broken. There's Sammy, Solo to a certain extent, I think broke him at one point. Jimmy, I think, has broken him at points.
I think they have a side quest of trying to...
Truth does.
Yes, but as brothers, I think the Usos try to get the other Uso to break every time they see each other.
Truth is so good at making people laugh. It is fucking beautiful.
He's gotten the Undertaker to break character. Man's a legend.
He's gotten Brock to break character. That whole segment with him and Brock.
It's like
when he told Paul Heyman he was throwing him over the top rope. Before he went out there, they're like, "We want to see if you can break Brock." And he's like, "Okay."
And he did it in no time flat.
Like, R-Truth is such a good performer. Yeah, it's biased, but he's the one comedy gimmick I can get behind with. You can lose every single fucking match because you were just a beautiful man.
But in this little backstage segment, we're like doing sort of the NXT style panning between different backstage stuff, and we also see The Miz talking with Andrade.
Oh, wait, before we get into that, let's reverse it. We got Cody and Jay talking, and this is where Jay goes, look, I want to face you, but I also have some history with Gunther. Yes. And once again, you're completely negating NXT, the best fucking brand.
Yes, but
sorry.
Yes, but basically, Jay is like, both these titles are important. One is a friendly bout for a championship my family has history with. Mm-hmm. The other one is some personal beef, still a world title, and it would still get me in that spot.
Yeah, so like Trevin said, we still don't know who he's going to choose.
No.
But I kind of hate it, but I love it at the same time. The reason why I hate it, at least for what they're doing with Jay, there's only two options. Because I don't think he's going to challenge Oba.
No.
But with Charlotte, at least there's three options, and you have a triple threat match coming up, which is going to be very, very easily won by Julia. Yes. But you have the intrigue of two first-time matches, or finally the rubber match between her and Rhea.
To break the tie.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think with Jay, I think the better story would be to wrap up the Bloodline saga with Jay getting the championship. But also, you have that thing with Gunther where they are just dampening his legacy
Yes.
with the title. And I think right now the best way to save it is put it on Jay. Jay get a fresh new set of challengers.
Yes.
So it's 50-50 for me.
Yes. I like how they're writing Jay's decision because it was very obvious who Cody was going after last year. Finish his story, face Roman, end that beef.
Mm-hmm.
But with Jay, he has reasons to go after both. Cody's his friend. He has family history with that title. And as I mentioned with Gunther, it's his story of I've not been able to beat you once for multiple different reasons. But after winning the Rumble, I got my hype, I got my groove, I got that spirit. I feel like I can finally do it. Mm-hmm. No matter what you say, no matter how many brawls ensue in the weeks to come to Mania, I feel like I finally got this. But it's like, and speaking of after The Miz talks to Andrade, The Miz then approaches Cody as Cody's making his exit to the locker room, being like, listen, Cody, you've talked with Jay, and you can see it in his eyes. He's hungry for a championship. And I would not be surprised if he goes after that one, because we have seen what this championship not only does to its holder, but to the friends that holder had.
Yeah.
Emphasis on had.
Yeah, like Miz making great points. There was a reason why both times he was champion, he was heel. The first time he had a lackey in Alex Riley, and that fizzled out with A-Rod turning on him. A-Rod's a baseball player. And then the second time he won it, it was a Money in the Bank cash-in. Or I think both times he won it was a Money in the Bank cash-in, actually. And second time he only held it for like a week because he lost it to, I think, Bobby Lashley. It's just like, you have to, for your story to be more compelling, you have to be a heel with the title. With faces, it's always the chase. The chase is what you're selling. Finishing the story is what they were selling. Not he finished the story. Like, because he said, for my story to be complete, which I thought it was when you won, he said, I have to defend this at Mania. Now you're moving your own goalposts. Now I don't care that he's champion because I thought he already finished the story. Now you're telling me he needs to finish it again? What the fuck?
But the line Cody dropped in response to The Miz's points is blowing up the internet a little bit, because he said, I don't need yours, and specifically, I don't need anyone else's help.
Mm-hmm.
He is running this reign solo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, a lot of people are saying, like, are we about to see Homelander Cody?
It could happen. If Jay picks him, I fully see it happening. It's very hard to sell a babyface versus babyface match. It's very hard to sell a heel versus heel match.
Yes, because the way The Miz also worded his like points, it's like, if Jay picks Cody, it'll be Jay betraying Cody.
Mm-hmm.
No party of Cody and Jay saw that point until Miz brought it up, and you saw Cody actually contemplating that, because he actually started like believing Miz when he brought up the name specifically. Remember Kevin Owens?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and let's just skip to Kevin Owens before we get into our final two qualifying matches of the night. Kevin Owens in the car cuts a promo on Sammy saying, like, you not only
didn't do anything during the ladder match.
During the ladder match. You didn't help him, like, you didn't stop him from almost killing me. You aided Roman in the Rumble match.
Yes.
After he got eliminated.
Yes.
Because someone was beating him up.
Yes.
He said, "You're a horrible friend. You're a horrible human being."
Yes. And he basically confirmed that. He basically promised that the next time I see you, Sammy, I'm going to try to end your life, basically.
So how do we feel about WWE running two similar storylines at the same time? Roman's out injured. This is going to lead to a Mania match. Sammy's out injured. It's going to lead to a Mania match.
I feel like the Roman one...
It's the same parallels, too.
Yes.
Plus the addition of Punk. But Rollins and Roman, brothers. Seth betrayed him. And then guess what? They come back together after realizing, hey, we might need each other. It'd be cool to go on another run together. Seth betraying them, or no, Dean betraying them this time. And then Roman goes away. And then Roman comes back and the whole dynamic has changed. And now you have Kevin and Sammy, very much best friends in NXT. Kevin celebrated Sammy winning, turned on Sammy afterwards. And then you have this whole saga going back and forth. Very similar parallels. I don't like how they're running both at the same time. I think to sell the severity of the package pile driver, it works, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are keeping the move protected.
Yes.
Anyone that takes it is out indefinitely. With the same injuries, too.
Yes.
Everyone had the same injuries from it.
Yes. Like, we still have no word of a Randy return.
Yeah. So it is like, it's cool that they're protecting it. If they hold this off until... No. You know what? No, actually, they're not doing it at Chamber. I was going to say next time they go to Canada, it'd be cool. But they're not doing this at Chamber with Sammy being titled out indefinitely.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool to see it at Mania.
Yeah.
But I personally don't want to see two similar stories happening at Mania.
Yeah. This could be this style of story that they push to the first 2-night SummerSlam.
Hey, it could be.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so. But with Cody basically, Kevin coming out and cutting that promo right away, I don't think they are going to hold off on it. I think they're just going to go with it right away.
Yeah. But now for one other chamber elimination chamber qualifier match.
We actually had two.
Yes.
So let's go with the big one of the night, the one that everyone was hyped about. LA Knight, Jimmy Uso, Drew McIntyre. It started off with Drew McIntyre cutting a promo saying, hey, I'm on Cloud 9. I'm happy. I'm on Smackdown now. He said, after the Rumble, I might have trashed the locker room. I might have drove home all the way to Memphis or Nashville. I think it was Nashville, he said. And then I rested. I woke up next to my hot wife. I looked in the mirror, realized how fucking jacked I am. And I said, you know what? Things are pretty great for me.
Yeah. I just have a toxic work environment.
Yeah, which is very nice nod to Punk. But hey, then we get Jimmy Uso coming out and basically saying like, look, you just whine a lot. And Drew says, you know what, Jay, Jimmy, last week that would have pissed me off. But hey, I'm the new Drew McIntyre. I'm on Cloud 9. And then LA Knight.
Yeah.
LA Knight comes out and he cuts a promo and he says, look, I just want to give a public service announcement. To all the men and boys out there, it is okay to cry. It is okay to express your feelings. It does not make you any less of a man. But now, with that being said...
Dadgummit, Drew, you cry a lot.
He says, you're crying like a little baby. There are 3 things in life that are for certain. Death, taxes, Drew McIntyre crying like a little baby. I'm sure a fan back there just called you Drew McIntyre. And then he said, oh, wait. Sorry, I forgot to get my stuff in. Whose game is it?
No.
Yeah. Subtle nod to him having some heat on him for the Rumble.
It's LA Knight's so good.
This match also cooked. All the in-ring stuff tonight, great.
Yeah.
All the backstage stuff minus the R-Truth thing, But, yeah, so we get to the match. Fucking balls to the wall.
Yes. Jimmy showing that he deserves his single run.
He deserves his singles run. LA Knight proving why he belongs in this current crop around the top. And Drew absolutely reminding everyone that he is Drew fucking McIntyre.
Yep.
And he is not to be
hitting
trifled
a
with.
2-for-1 Claymore for the 1-2-3.
Claymore into BFT to Jimmy. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre wins. I think it was also the perfect way to book this ending. Because they are protecting Jimmy on his rising solos run.
Yep.
With him not taking the pin, but needing to have a finisher hit on him to take him out the match.
Yes.
And at the same time, that finisher is getting, the person doing that finisher is getting hit with another finisher, a more devastating Claymore because it's to the back of the head.
Yes, well, Jimmy, I called it a 2-for-1 Claymore because Drew hit both stars with his foot.
Yeah, so BFT setup. Drew, does hit both of them with his foot. Down for the count, 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre moves on and is qualifying.
Yep, and your chamber for the men's division right now, the 3 confirmed stars are John Cena, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, it's looking to be a fucking banger of a chamber match so far. We don't know if Roman is going to have a qualifying match. They said most likely no, because him in the chamber would have to have him taking a pin, which can only mean the next time he takes a pin is to put up or to put over Jacob Fatu.
And we also have
our women's qualifying match.
But another reason why Roman doesn't have a qualifier match is because all 3 are confirmed. On Monday we have 2 between Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio and Finn Balor versus Seth. And then the last SmackDown one, which is happening next week, is that triple threat we brought up earlier.
And then I think this leads to maybe a final spot, because I think that's 5 people.
No, that's 6.
Is it 6?
Yeah.
Damian or Jacob, because Jacob's probably winning.
Yep.
Drew, Punk, Cena. Oh yeah, that would be.
That's our 6.
Seth and so our chamber is Seth, Logan, Jacob, Drew, Cena, and Punk.
Yeah, that's what people are predicting.
Shit's good.
I just don't know how I feel about Punk or Paul in there again. He was in there last year.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? Fuck it. He's decent, or not decent in the ring. He's great in the ring. I just hate him outside of what wrestling is.
Yeah. But
I gotta give him his flowers.
Yes. But our other qualifier match
gets started after a promo. So Charlotte comes out and gets cheered.
And then she brings up the booze from Monday.
And then gets booed.
Yeah.
And then it was just kind of a neutral crowd from here on out when Charlotte was on screen. There was cheers, there were boos. And then Tiffy time. Tiffany comes out. And she's talking to Charlotte. She's like, pick me. Charlotte's like, when I was in the ring with Rhea on Monday, I saw a child.
She said, I saw it. Yeah, I was a child. And
I saw a child, and standing across the ring from you, I see a kid.
Yes.
And it's like, whoa, that is big disrespect. And then Tiffany basically just said, yeah, pick me again so I can prove to you that I'm not just a kid.
Prove that I'm not the next Charlotte Flair. I'm the one and only Tiffany Stratton.
And then Nia Jax comes out.
Yep.
And announces that she has a one-on-one title match next week.
Yep. Versus Tiffany Stratton. Nia, you're eating a loss.
Yeah, she also comes out with Candice LeRae,
Yep.
which is a part of this qualifying match. Candice, I don't think actually gets any mic time that I can recall.
I don't think so either.
Basically, Nia's saying, "Look, you're just gonna have to face me, Charlotte. And that's how it's gonna be." And then, overturning Alexa Bliss gets no promo time, which was weird.
Yep. Just straight into the ring.
Straight into the ring, setting up the Lily Doll. Lily Doll falls over. I thought that was funny because she spent like 3 seconds trying to make sure it's sat up straight. And then as soon as she turns her head, Alexa versus Candice LeRae for your Women's Elimination Chamber qualifying match happens. And in the middle of the match, you get some Wyatt Six static.
Yep. They're watching.
And to end the match, Alexa Bliss hits a Sister Abigail DDT for the 1, 2, 3.
The pop was insane.
Yeah, pop was insane. Alexa Bliss moving on to your Women's Elimination Chamber match, joining Bianca Belair. And who else qualified?
Who was the Monday qualifier?
Liv,
yeah.
So joining Liv and Bianca.
Yeah.
So, hey, it's looking to be good.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any other qualifying matches that happen on the women's side. Forgive us.
No, yeah.
I'm forgetting right now.
Yeah, because I know Monday it's confirmed that there is...
Roxanne versus Raquel. And Lyra versus Bailey.
Yeah. Dang, Io did get screwed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because... Yeah.
Which completely balks my thought for what's happening in Bailey's match.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? Granted, I am not mad at Roxanne going to the chamber. I am mad that she's going to the chamber over someone like Io. Not because I don't see great things for Roxanne, not because I don't think she's good.
And
You literally had a layup.
Yes.
Rhea versus Io.
People were hyped for it, especially because of the incidental DQ.
And it's very much looking like it's going to be Bianca winning the chamber. I think that's how they're going with it. Who's winning? Is it Liv?
No.
Is it Bailey? It's not Roxanne.
No.
Unless they fucking shock us and it is Roxanne.
That'd be hilarious, actually.
Roxanne versus Rhea. But then again, I don't want to see someone come up so quickly and win the title right away.
No.
Granted, it was cool. Paige did it back in the day when she was NXT Women's Champion. You already have what's looking like a stand and deliver match between Bailey and Roxanne going on. So it's very weird that you would have them both in the chamber. Because you have them in the chamber. Unless you put Lyra in the chamber, which, why are you putting a mid-card champion in the chamber? So you either have...
They did that last year with Logan.
Yeah, but then you're just wasting a slot because you know they're not winning. I like people going into matches that you actually have a chance at winning. Like, you don't hold anything right now. It's all about you need to make a step up. It's very weird because you're going to have these two at Chamber. You're going to have these two at Vengeance Day. Then you're going to have these two at Stand and Deliver, maybe. That's a lot of oversaturation with this rivalry.
This women's chamber is disappointing. The only way I see them fixing it is...
putting Io in somehow.
Yes, or having Charlotte challenge Rhea to finish the tiebreaker, which makes...
Mania match less interesting because
Yes.
it just happened.
But it makes the Smackdown story more interesting. They have fumbled this woman's chamber.
Yeah, bro, they're fumbling going into Mania season. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Good thing we have 2 months to fix it. I don't know how they're gonna. But moving on to
your
main
main
event, a match that it's cool. It's a cool match. We all know the result. We all know Tama Tonga's gonna eat the pin. Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga.
Yep.
We've seen this match before in so many other different formulas. Very basic. Jacob is going to come in. He's going to look strong. He pretty much no-sold the Cody cutter by kicking out at 1. The thing everyone's talking about at the end of the match, so let's just get to the end of the match. The most disappointing ending to an episode of Smackdown. Solo Sikoa returns!
Hoodie Solo back!
With a Samoan spike, setting up what's looking to be a chamber match between him and Cody. Not an elimination chamber match, but a match at chamber.
Yeah.
Boring. Boring as fuck. Boring as fuck. We've seen this before, and it was the low light of this fucking reign. Why are we doing it again? Literally every story that they have going into Mania right now is halted. This is the exact opposite of what was supposed to happen after the Rumble.
Yeah, it's Hoodie Solo back now.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no. It's like so many people are excited. It's like Hoodie Solo, the bodyguard mode of Solo's back, and it's like, I don't care.
I don't necessarily care. Does this mean you're giving them one last chance to make it work on the main roster? Because that's very much what it's looking like to me, at least. Because I think he's going to be bodyguard to Jacob. Or he's going to be opposing Jacob, and we all know who's winning that match.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
I don't know.
Oh.
Like,
This was, in my opinion, the worst match of the night. I will say that. It was very predictable. We've all seen the same moves 1,000 different times before.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to discredit anything, but because
Jacob MVP of the match as always.
Yeah, because Raw, well, just the show entirely, because Raw and NXT were both very good this past week, but SmackDown, and with the release announcements on top of it,
it's just you're gutting your roster and it's making it look like shit.
Yes, and now with the...
We'd even talk about Chelsea having a backstage segment with Zelina.
Yeah.
Basically, Zelina hinted.
Yeah, I mentioned the 4-woman in the U.S. title picture, with one of those 4 being the actual title holder. Again, why are you gutting stuff?
Yeah, it's... For example, I don't want to say I can see why people got released, because that is a shitty thing to do. But in the case of like Sonya, she's not really improving. You have Jordan Grace, who's going to stay in NXT for a little bit. She's going to need a main roster slot. And who is she taking that from? Roxanne's coming up. She needs a main roster slot. Who are you taking that from?
Yes. This year is slotted to have a lot of NXT call-ups, because a lot of talent is getting that crowd reaction, is getting that hype online, are just also looking ready.
And I mean, like it's historically been a male-dominated business. There's always going to be more male superstars than female, but you also have people like Tyler Bate, who has now been confirmed. He is ready to go. He is 100%. But where does he slot in?
Yes. And
where does R-Truth slot in SmackDown other than just comedy?
Yes. It is also a funky thing that happens, but we've brought it up in previous episodes, that SmackDown is moving back to 2 hours the month after Mania.
Fucking blows, because like, why? Why?
Yeah. 1 month after Mania, SmackDown is moving back to 2 hours.
You're taking time away from people that need the TV time. Like, if any brand needs the TV time, it is SmackDown.
Yes.
SmackDown is the most lacking show.
That brand is struggling.
I like to think of it. You're not gonna get this analogy. I think of SmackDown like the 2022 Brooklyn Nets when there was just KD and a very bad very good James Harden on a very bad leg. Like, you only have 2 bright spots on your show, and the rest are just yeesh. Good thing you can still have good in-ring matches, though. I guess that's saving you. It's the wrestling show. It's not the story show.
Yeah.
But that is it for SmackDown and the releases.
Yeah. Kind of a downer episode, but
Yeah.
stuff happens.
Once again, I'm wishing all the best for those released. Hoping you get back on your feet.
Yes, and anyone shaking in their boots because of the releases, hope you're also doing okay.
Yeah, we're gonna check. I'm gonna check after this, see if any more releases happened, and we will see you on Monday.
Yeah.
Well, for Monday, we'll see you
Yes,
Tuesday
for Monday,
when
yeah.
the video comes out.
Yeah, maybe.
But
Yeah.
hey, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, or ring that bell 3 times so you know the match is over. This has been Caleb, Trevin, Zach behind that camera as always. Thank you for letting me using your phone in the beginning of this. And we will see you next time. Thank you for your time. Peace.
Bye.